I will be doing a quick tank review for the German Tier 4 TD, the Hetzer. The Hetzer, it was not even the real name of the tank. The name Hetzer was made up by the crew that actually used the Hetzer. The name Hetzer means Bader in German. The official name of the Hetzer would be jagdpanzer 38T. This vehicle used parts from the Czech tanks, the PD-38T as well. So that's why part of the name 38T is in the name as well. What must you know about the Hetzer? You have a good gun on a TD that have a good cannon rating and armor, as long as you take advantage of those three. The Hetzer is mobile enough as well. The Hetzer have quite the interesting history. This tank saw service from 1944 to 1945. It was quite a successful TD for its day due to its low cost vehicle make. This vehicle used parts from previous tanks and equipment that was just laying around. The Hetzer, for the most part, it was a very good TD when it was facing up against all of the Allied vehicles, except for heavy tanks for a day. The Hetzer, for the most part, the crew members liked it due to its mechanical reliability for its height and it being mobile enough as well. The Hetzer did also suffer from mechanical problems as well due to the engine it used. And the interior of the vehicle, it was not that well designed at all. If any of you have seen Girls on Panzer, then you probably would know what the inside of the Hetzer looked like. The Hetzer in game, it is a TD though. The Hetzer, due to its versatile design, it was to fill many roles as well. There was supposed to be a flamethrower variant of it, a anti-aircraft variant of it, a vehicle recovery variant of it, and a self-propelled gun variant of it. If the self-propelled gun would have had used the 150mm gun that the German had. If the self-propelled variant was in game, it would quite be the OP vehicle, or it would just be at a higher tier for the Germans. With the history part taken care of, let's get into the stats of the vehicle now. The Hetzer stats, when it is fully upgraded, it's a good TD. You have 270 hit points, which is not a lot. If a enemy tank managed to shoot shoot and penetrate a weak part of the vehicle, you can die quickly. Vehicles from tier 4 to tier 6, vehicles from tier 4 to tier 6 that have a gun that can overpen you, you can be killed quickly enough. So watch out for that. The Hetzer, it's a pretty light TD. It weighs potentially maximum of 18.5 tons. My setup is 17.42 tons, which will give me a decent horsepower to ton ratio. The top engine, it is a 220 horsepower engine with a 15% chance of engine fire, so watch out for that. The engine itself, it is not that good because the horsepower it is a little bit lacking. The 220 horsepower engine will make the Hetzer mobile enough so you can get from point A to point B quickly enough. Before I get to the top speed, my horsepower to ton ratio, it is 12.6 horsepower to 1 ton, which makes the vehicle mobile enough. It could be better, it could be worse for the horsepower to ton ratio. The top speed, it is 42 kilometers per hour. You can only reach the top speed when you are going downhill only. The vehicle hold reverse, it is good. You can turn the vehicle around quickly enough at 30 degrees. I generally found I do not have a problem. With the crew and the modules being knocked out. The vehicle armor itself, it is really good. The Hetzer front armor, with the angling added in, it is 120 millimeters thick. If you angle it a little bit more to the left and to the right, you can even get more armor out of the front. Watch out for the lower glacis plate here, because this is a weak part of the vehicle. I generally find if you are falling back or just turning left to right, you can actually increase the armor thickness even more than 120 millimeters. The gun mounted here, it is quite thick as well. The side, it is pretty thinly armored, 20 millimeters. Real, it is 8 millimeters of armor. The front, the 60 millimeters of armor. As long as you take advantage of this and can get it into a hold down position, you can mostly get a lot of ricochets from guns that have problems penetrating the armor though. Most tier 4 to tier 6 guns that can over penetrate will kill you quickly enough. The gun that I am using, it is a 105 millimeter Hetzer with Hetzer's stats. Decent rate of fire with mediocre pen. I mostly fire HE out of this because with HE rounds, you will be doing damage no matter what part of the vehicle you are shooting at. Also, vehicles at tier 4 and below, you can one shot with ease. The accuracy of this gun, it is terrible, 0.53. The aiming time is good at 1.7 seconds. The 105mm gun, as long as you can make use of the vehicle gun and fire HE at vehicles, you can inflict a lot of damage within a match. The third replay I show you is one of my friends in his Hetzer showing off how much damage you can potentially do in the Hetzer, as long as you make use of the gun and the vehicle itself. The loading time, it is really good for the Hetzer when you have the proper equipment and perks as well added in. I have about a 7-second loading time. This vehicle have a good camo weighting as well. If you add a camo net and have camouflage perks, this vehicle is even hard to detect from a distance. The vehicle gun traverse is good at 44 degrees. The view range, it is pretty bad at 260 meters. You can improve the view range a little bit more if you want to use a coated optics binocular telescope, or even use view range enhancement perks as well. The radio itself, it is good. You have a 615 meter radio range, which is sufficient for the Hetzer task at hand. Let's cover the research of the Hetzer. The Hetzer, it's at an odd place in the German tech tree. To get to the Hetzer, you can go through the Martyr 2 or through the PZ38NA. If you went through the PZ38 and the 38NA to get to the Hetzer, you would have some of the research on the vehicle done already. If you went through the Martyr 2 to get to the Hetzer, you have to research pretty much everything on the vehicle. Let's begin off with the tracks for the Hetzer. If you want to mount all of the equipment onto the vehicle without going over the load limit, I would recommend that you get the top pair of tracks or use a enhanced torsion bar. There is a slight increase in the load limit and the vehicle hold traverse between the first pair of tracks to the second. The engine, you have a large amount of engines to choose from. The Hetzer, due to the engine choices, all of them are pretty bad. The first engine, you have a 100 horsepower engine, which makes the Hetzer a pretty slow vehicle. The second engine, the T and PS, you would have this research already if you got it from the PZ38T. If you went through the PZ38T, equip this and use this. If you just came from the Martyr to the Hetzer, just use the first engine until you have enough research points to get to the third engine, the Psania Vabas 1664 engine. It is a great improvement over the first two. The third and the fourth engine, they are only usable on the Hetzer. The third engine, it's a 165 horsepower engine, which will make the tank a little bit more faster and improve the horsepower to ton ratio. The top engine here will make the Hetzer into a mobile TD with a 220 horsepower engine. The radios here, the first one, you would have this already research on the PD35T if you researched it on the vehicle or any vehicle that uses it within the PZ 38 line that uses this. The second and third radio, you will need to research them because they are only usable on the Hetzer. The second one, it is a 455 meter signal range, which is good. But the top one, it is a 615 meter signal range, which makes this vehicle have a pretty good signal range with the top radio. All of these guns used on the Hetzer, they are transferable to the TDs within the German lineup. The first gun here, it is okay. You have a relatively good rate of fire with okay pen and damage. The gun, it is accurate though. The aiming time for all of these guns is good as well. You have two top guns to choose from. The 105mm gun, which most people use due to the high damage output, and the 75mm Pak 38 L48 gun. This Pak 39 gun, it's pretty much the same gun as the first gun here, but just slightly improved. Both of these guns are very good. I generally found the Pak 39 gun, it's more of a distance support vehicle gun. You can technically snipe with this gun if you want to, due to its very good accuracy at .37. You may not be doing the same damage output as the 10.5 centimeter gun here, but as long as you can get all of the rounds to penetrate and hit, you can do the same amount of damage in theory if you are lucky enough. The 10.5 centimeter gun here, it have very derpy stats. Mediocre rate of fire, pen not being that good. I would recommend firing heat and HE out of this vehicle. I would use some armor piercing when you are using this gun when you are facing against tier 4 vehicles that have paper thin armor. The damage output for all of the rounds are quite high, so you can potentially one-shot a lot of vehicles below tier 4. The accuracy is terrible. Don't even try to snipe, but the aiming time is good as well, 1.7 seconds. If you just want to go through the Hetzer ASAP, you just have to use the first gun and get the needed amount of research points and credits to continue your way onto the Stug 3 off G, which is a very good TD as well. When the Hetzer it is fully upgraded, it becomes a very good TD to use. Let's cover the pros and cons now. The Hetzer pros and cons. As a tier 4 TD, you will be getting yourself into a tier 6 match maximum. When you are top tier, you can do quite well in the match. If you get yourself into a tier 4 to a tier 6 match while using the 105 centimeter gun and fire HE and heat, you can do quite well in that type of matchmaking still. How do you use the Hetzer? The Hetzer is a very good front line vehicle, as a support vehicle, as a ambush vehicle. I generally found using the Hetzer as a charge in first and hope for the best generally work pretty well as long as you know what you are doing in the first place. You can play the vehicle as a medium to short distance medium to short distance sniper if you want to use the 7.5 centimeter Pak 39 L48 gun though. What is good about the Hetzer? You have a very good front armor. The armor with the angling added in. You have about 120 millimeters of effective armor thickness. If you angle the armor a bit to the left and to the right, you will increase your armor thickness even more though. If you do angle the armor to the left and to the right too much, you will be showing the sides of the vehicle, which can be penned easily enough. The vehicle have a good selection of guns and a very good camo rating as well. What is bad about the Hetzer? The view range, it is bad. Unless if you use coated optics, through perks, or binocular telescope to counteract this, you are going to have bad view range with the Hetzer. The reel and side, it is paper thin, so even a tier 1 or tier 2 flak gun can penetrate it with ease. With the angling on the side and reel, you may get the odd ricochet from the odd machine gun slash flak gun though, but most of the time your side and reel will be penned with ease. The engine, it is weak though, even with the top engine mounted. Let's cover the equipment, ammo, and the consumables you will be using on the Hetzer. The consumables that I would use on the Hetzer. I would go with a first aid kit to treat crew member injuries, repair kit for module repairs. You can use a fire extinguisher if you want to. It is up to you, as this is a tier 4 vehicle. The 75mm gun, if you do choose to use it, you will be carrying more ammo compared to the 105mm gun here. The 105mm gun here carries 20 rounds of ammo maximum. If you do not keep track of your ammo count, you can easily run out of ammo. because this vehicle does not carry a lot of ammo. The ammo layout, I would go with 3 rounds of armor piercing. Just in case if you are facing a thinly armored vehicle. The damage output of 263 to 438. With that damage output, most of the time you can one shot most tier 4s to tier 3 vehicles that have paper thin armor. Heat rounds, I would carry 5 on me, just in case if I have problems penetrating heavily armored vehicles at tier 5 to tier 6 area. The only vehicles that you have to worry about at tier 4 that is heavily armored would be the Matilda. I would go with 5 heat rounds. If you do want to use heat, it will cost you 10 gold or 4,000 credits. HE is my main ammo type, so I went with HE is my main ammo type that I use on the vehicle. I went with 12. The pen for the HE is pretty bad, 44 to 66 millimeters, but the damage output it is quite high. So no matter what vehicle tier I am facing, I will always do damage against them, which is a good thing. The equipment that I went with improve ventilation to improve my crew by 5%, a gun rammer to decrease the loading time by 10%, and a camo net to improve the vehicle camo rating as well. When you have camouflage perks camo net equipped to the Hetzer, this is with camo net, camouflage perk, and the Hetzer camo rating. This is one vehicle that is hard to be detect at a distance. Some of the other equipment that you can use if you want to. You can go with a toolbox to get your repair done faster. A enhanced gunling drive to improve the already good aiming time. Coated optics or binocular telescope to increase your view range even more. If you do want to go for a view range enhancement, I would go with a binocular telescope because you get more view range out of it as well. And also the binocular telescope, you can also transfer it from vehicle to vehicle without paying gold to demount it. You can use a lighter spall liner to give the vehicle a little bit more protection against ramming, HE round. Also, it will improve crew protection by 20% as well. I have some replays to show you how to use the Hetzer. Let's get to them now. This replay, I am in a tier 5 match.
Los geht's!
I am heading to the bridge area. I am just speeding up a bit. I just informed the team that those two KB ones are potentially working together, so watch out for them. I am being careful as I am by myself over here, using what protection I can in this area. Seeing the area here is clear, I went to support my team in the middle there. I am just informing my team where I am going and where they should go as well. We are doing okay in I quickly turn over here while I'm loading. After that, before I fired at the German and I tied I could be overwhelmed. I got a record there. The armor made it is thick enough that you can still get ricochets from Tier 5 and 6 vehicles still. I was unfortunate, was late getting to shoot the PD4 there. I thought the aim of this artillery there, one shot it. Now there's a T-34 and a RD left. That round fell a little bit short. .58 accuracy. You have to love derp gun accuracy. From this point onward, this is where my youthfulness to the team comes to a end. We won by capping in this in the match here. I did not too bad. I did about 1,000 damage and gotten 2 kills. Let's go to the next replay. This replay, I am in another tier 5 match with my friend Mini Turk, who is in his Hetzer as well. Let me just speed up this replay a bit. I'm just looking around what is on my team. Me and Mini Turk are both in a platoon of Hetzers. Me and Mini Turk here, we are trying to coordinate our actions together. I tried to shoot out where I thought the before was going to be. I did not calculate my shot that well there. I got lucky there and one-shotted that French tank. I got a good high roll there. The town is going to be falling apart. Seeing the T-14, the cruiser, and what other tanks behind it, I am trying to be very sneaky, so I can get the advantage on them. Time to activate the German cloaking device. Sneaky. Better not see me. When I get over the ridgeline, I will derp them. Wait.
Gegnerfahrzeug ausgeschaltet.
One down, 3 to go.
Das muss wehtun.
I got a good ricochet there.
Kritischer Treffer. Der Fahrer ist geliefert. Die Steuerung reagiert nicht mehr. Das muss wehtun.
That was unfortunate. I managed to have a low roll. I turned back, thinking that the cruiser would be taken care of, but looking at the team, it seemed that they couldn't handle it upon themselves there. I had to help a little bit there. Me and Mini Turk, as long as both of us survive, We have a brother in arms medal secured. I am now trying to help Mini Turk get his Top Gun medal. The KV-1 and the VK 3001 H is left. If I was not in a platoon, I would probably get this kill here, but helping Mini out getting his Top Gun. Top Gun, I am not going to fire at it. Fortunately, Mini get the Top Gun in this match. In the platoon between both of us, we got 9 kills between each of us. So that is about half of the kills in the match were between both of us, which is pretty good for being in Hetzers at a tier 5 area. I did quite well in this match. I did about 1,250 damage. Let's go to the next replay now. This replay, you are watching Mini Turk in his Hetzer. My friend Mini Turk will show you how you can use the Hetzer effectively to inflict about 2,000 damage while getting a lot of kills in the Hetzer.
Auf geht's!
In this replay, Mini Turk is going in head first to do a bit of a charge. Sometime in the Hetzer, especially in the low tier matches like this, it's a good idea to do so at times, as long as you are being careful. One-shotted it. And Mini got a ricochet there. Even with the side armor being 20 millimeters, you can get them ricochets still if you angle it right at times.
Wir haben sie böse erwischt. Repariert. Weiter
And then
geht's.
the ricochet.
Erwischt. Erwischt.
Mini is doing quite well.
Gegnerisches Fahrzeug
5 kills
ausgeschaltet.
and about 1,400 damage so far done in this match. A Mini load AHE to finish the material off.
Erwischt.
Let me speed the replay up a bit here. Even with a weak engine, the Hetzer can climb most hills as long as the hill it is not that steep. That was a real lucky shot there for many. He ammo whacked a Matilda. Right now, everyone is going to the beach to enjoy the beach party there. Apparently the green team did not receive news that there was a beach party, so the green team is late for the party. Minnie here is taking the long way to the beach here, paying careful attention to the buildings around him.
Feuererlaubnis erteilen! Erwischt!
Minnie did quite well in this replay. He did about 2,000 damage to 2,050 damage, which is quite good for a tier 4 machine. Also, Minnie got 8 kills there. This match, Mini Turk also gotten his Master Ace Tanker badge in this match as well. Let's go to the garage now. Let's do a brief recap. The Hetzer as a tier 4 vehicle. As long as you use it right, it is a very fun tier 4 TD to use. The Hetzer have good armor, gun, and camo rating. As long as you take advantage of these, you can do quite well in the Hetzer. The Hetzer, it can be a very fun platoon tank if you can get yourself into a platoon of 2 to 3 Hetzers in a platoon. You can have a very fun match as long as the Hetzer platoon work together. The Hetzer is a fun tank whether it be by itself or in a platoon. Most tier 4 TDs, whether it be the Germans, the Soviet, the French, the British, or the American TDs, most tier 4 TDs are pretty good to use as long as you know how to use them right. In the future, the Chinese and the Japanese tech tree, they may be implementing TDs for them, but don't count on it. The Hetzer overall, in general, it's a very good TD to use. Most of my matches I had in the Hetzer, I did relatively good to very good in the Hetzer. So the Hetzer is a keeper for me. I hope that you learn a thing or two about the Hetzer and how to use it properly. If you like my video, do follow my channel and leave a comment as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.